Welcome. So today we will discuss on the redox reaction part 2, and this is a continuation of the first video of the same series where we have discussed about how we can find the oxidation number of basic compounds, like basic in the sense like very primitive compounds. Today we will start from the concept how we can find the oxidation number of ions and radicals in terms of a specific atom. uh, we will discuss some exceptions and how we can handle if a compound contains peroxo bond. So the first thing that I want to discuss is that any metallic atom or any metal will always have a positive oxidation number. But here if you can see that this is the germanium hydride, where the germanium is a negative oxidation number. So this is one exception. Similar way, if we see NiCO whole 4, here nickel is having the oxidation number 0. So these are two exceptions. Generally the metals will always have a positive oxidation state. Coming to the some exceptions related to the hydrogen atom. So we had already discussed that hydrogen atom will always have oxidation number as +1, but there are some exceptions, that is metallic hydrides, let's say NaH or calcium hydride CaH2, there the oxidation state is -1 that this is explicitly we have to remember. And peroxide compound, the oxygen involved in the peroxo bond will always have the oxidation number of -1. So we'll come to it later, like how we can know how many peroxo bonds are present in any compound. But for an example, hydrogen peroxide or sodium peroxide or beryllium peroxide, this all having -1 oxidation state. And if we have any superoxide, that will always have -1/2. So we have already discussed that oxidation number can go in fraction and can also be negative. So -1/2 for potassium superoxide or sodium superoxide. So we will start with our example, that is CaOClCl. This is the bleaching powder. So we have to find the oxidation state of these two chlorine. Okay, so this will dissociate like this: Ca double plus OCl minus plus Cl minus. Now here we want to find this Cl and this Cl's oxidation state. So for ions, we have to remember, for ions or radical, the total number of the oxidation or the sum of the oxidation number will equal to the charge of that particular radical or ion. So for example, here OCl minus, if we want to do it, it will be like -2, that we know, plus x equal to not 0. It will be equal to the number of charge, so that is the -1. So here x is equal to +1, right? So this is +1, and here this is x equal to -1. So for this one, this is -1. And calcium, we know this is +2. So, and here oxygen is -2. So if you look at the sum, it will be 0. So when it dissociates into some ions, and when it is in ionic state, the oxidation number will equal to the total charge of the radical or the ion. So similarly here, if we want to find the oxidation number of chromium, so we will 2x plus, this is sulfate, so charge of sulfate is -2. So we will not take any charge or like separately oxygen or sulfur, as it is a radical, or it will dissociate into ion. So we will take it the total charge, so that is -2 equal to 0. So 2x equal to +6 and x equal to +3. So this is equal to +3. Similarly, if we want to find the nitrogen of this, we will directly write like this, and we will find here x plus 4 equal to +1. So x equal to -3, and here it will be x plus 2 into -2 equal to -1. So x, this will be our +3. So this is -3, this is +3. Similarly here we want to find the oxidation state of this nitrogen. So we say +1 plus 3x equal to 0. So x equal to minus 1 by 3. So it is negative and also in fraction. Similarly here if we want to find the oxidation state of potassium, we take it 2x plus minus 2 into 7 equal to minus 4, that is the total charge. So here 14 goes there and it is 10, so x equal to plus 5. And here if we see like x, we know Cn is minus 1, so the charge of the radical, so 6 into minus 1 equal to minus 3, so x equal to plus 3. Now here very important, this last two. Now here we have to understand, here there are two peroxo bond present. Now two peroxo bond involves 4 oxygen. So for 4 oxygen, the oxidation number will be -1. So here we have to find the oxidation number of this chromium. So we take it as x. So there is one oxygen which is not involved in peroxo bond. So for that it is -2 straightforward, plus 4 into -1, because the 4 oxygen atoms are involved in 2 peroxo bond and the sum is 0. So here the x equal to plus 6. Okay, now coming to this this compound, the last compound H2SO5, here one peroxo bond is present. So we have to find the oxidation number of sulfur. So we take it 2 into +1 plus x plus, now one peroxo bond means 2 oxygens are involved. So 2 oxygen into -1 and rest 3 is -2. So equal to 0. So we just formulate this one. So x equal to plus 6 here as well. So this is how we can find the oxidation number of different chemical compounds. So in the next part we will understand from a chemical reaction how we can find which one is the oxidation and reduction, oxidized and reduced compounds, and then in the forthcoming videos we will also understand how to balance chemical equation depending upon the changing oxidation number. Thank you.